Welcome to Beyond the Workout with your host, Eric Dunstan. Hello, everyone. This is Coach E. I just want you to know that anything you hear on Beyond the Workout podcast is just information only. It is not a diagnosis for your issues. So anything you hear for well being, nutrition, fitness, exercise, any of those things, just take it that way as information. If you need help for a specific situation, please seek a professional. See your doctor, see a professional personal trainer, and they will diagnose your issues and they will take care of you. All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show of Beyond the Workout. It is me, Coach E. Eric Dunstan, and I think it's been some time since I've been on here. I think there's been some weeks. Well, it should have given you time to go back and look at some of my previous shows. I was up to episode number 53, and I'm trying to keep this more consistent. It's almost like once you hit that number 50, things start to slow down for topics to talk about. But this one is actually unscripted. I don't have any notes here, so I don't know how it's going to really go. It's just kind of building on what I talked about in my last show about keeping it simple after 50. And in that show, I really wanted to everyone to focus on like basic exercises, just sticking to the basics. And it's interesting. I train this couple. Uh, he's in his 70s and she's in her late 60s, and all we're doing is really learning technique using the TRX. She said that using the TRX, she feels that's much safer for her because it's just all body weight exercise. But all we do are the exercises I talked to you about on the previous show. We do the squat with the TRX. We go from the squat to the back row. We go from the back row to the shoulder raise, from the shoulder raise to the bicep curl. And then we flip around and do chest press, tricep press, and then a core move called a TRX rollout. You just basically leaning forward into like a plank position where your arms go over your head and you're hitting the core. You do reps that way. So you go into the move and then you relax. So we're just doing that over and over again, basically to get them um, a skill, a baseline skill on doing the basics right. And I try to make it a little interesting for them because I know people like a little bit of variety. But what they're noticing, what I'm noticing, that they are getting better at doing the exercise. And there's certain exercises they don't do correctly because it is the TRX. It's kind of complicated, so you have to get the technique right. It's not just like laying on a bench or to do a chest press or dropping to the floor and doing a push up, even though people do that incorrectly too. But they have to get the TRX dialed in, and it's quick and simple to do the moves. It's just complicated getting the techniques down. So this is why I emphasized on the last show getting the basics right because the basics are the foundation. When I started off in the fitness world, the bodybuilding world, that's all I did. I went to the gym and I did bench press, shoulder press, back rows, squats, curls, tricep press, and then abdominal sit ups. That's all I did. And you might want to know, you might wonder, well, how did he make it, fun, interesting? When I was consistent with it, I saw the progress. My metric was, am I adding weight? Am I getting stronger? And I was. Then, being a bodybuilder, is my body changing in a way that I can present it on the stage? Because I had to get to the point of being stage ready to, you know, compete. present my body to the judges to see if I can win this show. So that was a lot of motivation right there. And it was interesting when I had a show, an upcoming show, I worked harder than if I had nothing. But the key is what I'm talking about is just sticking to the basics. And another reason I was mentioning this because in that last show, I told you that I'm not trying, I've developed a fitness program called Better, Better. Each letter stands for what is going to be included in that program. And I'm working toward putting it out there for you all to try. I'm only going to take a select few to try it out because I want to make sure it'll work. And the only way you make sure it work is to give it to those to try because better has to become something better for others to use so they can get better at their fitness. So, that's what I'm trying to build right now. And but what I was wanting to talk about here was to go now from the B of the better program, which is the basic exercises. The basic is your chest press, your back row. Remember, I talked about that. You can use a barbell, you can use kettlebells, you can use dumbbells. Um, I'm also doing now scapular contractions. You just squeeze the back while holding weight, and I mean, it's amazing. Just like doing shrugs, shrugs for the trapezius, the shoulder muscles. The upper back muscle, and that builds it, just contracting it like so. I'm doing that for the back, but it's a basic move. It's still basic. It's like the row, but it's just a contraction, a shrug, and engaging the back muscles. It's still basic. Then I mentioned doing bicep curls and then tricep presses, and of course for the core, for the abdominals, I do sit-ups. I have a bench that declines, the seat declines, and the bed part, the platform declines, and I can do just my regular sit-ups with my feet anchored. I still like sit-ups. A lot of people, there's a lot of controversy around that, but that's what I grew up on doing. I mean, you can do planks, you can do crunches, you can do a combination of all of that. But once you get the basics down, the key is be patient when you're doing the basics. And what I mean by being patient is, you might hear this show, go back, you might hear the other show and say, oh, he said do basics. Well, I'm going to try basics today and I'm going to try this next one tomorrow. No, you get the basics right for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Dial it in. Do a bench press where you really feel the pectoral muscles being affected, which are their chest muscles. Less in the chest, less in the tricep, more in the chest. Do a cadence where you push faster and lower slowly. They do like a 2-second press, 4-second um, decline, or when you decline the weight, go bring the weight back down to your chest. Try those different cadences using the basic moves. Even with the barbell curl, you maybe lift it in, contract in 2 seconds, and you extend in 4 seconds. Make it do some variety and also track your progress. Let's just say you know had a 30-pound barbell and you did 10 to 12 reps on the barbell, the bicep curl, and you did 3 sets and you hit all 3 sets, you hit 12, 12, and 12. Well, you remember when you started set one, you were stronger than when you did set three. But if you were able to get 12 reps on all 3 sets, it means you can raise your weight. So instead of using 30 pounds, you might go to 35 pounds the next time you do it. 40 pounds and still try to get 12 reps. If you can't make it, keep working with that 35, 40 pounds until you build up to where all 3 sets give you the same amount of reps. That means you've gotten stronger. Use strength as a metric, something to track your progress. So now, once you get the correct exercises, the correct form with your basic exercises, now you can start adding in perhaps the next the next letter, which is the E, and I call that the EMOM. So I'm gonna play a video I did. I'm gonna play it real brief. It's really short. It was when I was advertising EMOMs, um, and the benefit of it. You're gonna see in this video where I'm gonna do 3 exercises. And the way it works is I would do all 3 exercises within a minute. So if I did chest press, shoulder press, and then tricep kickbacks, that has to be done within a minute. And it's ideal to do it within 30 to 40 seconds. And here's why. An EMOM, you start at the top of the minute. So let's just say I did 5 chest presses, 5 shoulder presses, and then 5 tricep kickbacks. And let's say I'm doing 5, 5, and 5 using the same amount of weight, even if you change the weight a little, because sometimes with your chest press, you can do more than with your shoulders and your triceps. So if you had the kind of dumbbells that I have, which are adjustable, you could set it down, quickly make adjustment, and keep going. So you do 5 chest press, 5 shoulder press, and 5 kickbacks. That might take you 30 seconds to do because it's 5, 5, and 5. We're going to make it challenging though. So let's say it takes you 30 seconds to do that, and your workout starts at the top of the minute. Nothing in between, nothing at the end. It starts at the beginning of the minute. Every minute on the minute, on the start of the minute. So here's how it would work. You do 5, 5, and 5. I took my time. I didn't rush it. I did good form, 30 seconds. The timer I use at the 30-second mark, it says halfway there. And I shared this with you all. Let me see if I can show you a picture right here. Smart WOD. That's a great app that I use. It was free when I got it. They have upsells. I don't see the purpose of upselling or buying in-app purchases yet, but it's a great app for doing EMOMs. So once it says halfway there, you're at the 30-minute mark. And let's just say you finished your last exercise, your 5th rep, when it says halfway there. The remaining 30 seconds from that point is rest for you. You don't do anything but sit down, prepare your mind to go again with the same exercise. The chest press, the shoulder press, and the tricep kickback. Now, the reason I do those moves, they're all push moves. So you push for the chest, you push for the shoulder, and you're pushing when you extend for the tricep kickback. And the tricep kickback is pretty simple to do, and it's kind of ideal for a lot of people who don't want to lay down to do tricep presses or extend their arms way over their head to do it. But here's how you make it challenging. So you don't want to, cheat yourself. So I'm gonna do 5, 5, and 5. Oh, next round, do 5, 5, and 5. Even though you would have some fatigue, so you could just stick to all 5 reps because 30 seconds doing 3 exercises is not a lot of rest. But here's how I make it challenging. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to show you the EMOM video, was I? Oh, I just get so distracted not following a script. There's nothing here, just a desk. So take a quick look at the EMOM video right now that I did. Look at this. So that was the video. Those moves, even though you just saw clips of them, I would do again like 5 reps of the chest press, 5 reps of the shoulder press, and then 5 of the kickback. So it's totally up to you. You use a moderate amount of weight, you can just keep it at that 5, 5, and 5, 5, 5, and 5. Coach E, which is me, recommend you don't just do one set, meaning 1 minute. Do at least 3 to 5 minutes. What I mean, once that first minute finishes, it's going to do a countdown. If you get the app that I recommend that I use, when it's at the 10-second mark, it's going to say 10 seconds. So you get into the position to do the chest press. At the 3-second mark, it's going to beep every second. And then it's going to say, when it's time to go, let's go. So you start again your 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps. But if you really want to make it challenging, do 5 sets of this, do 5 minutes. But for each new minute, add 1 rep. That's challenging. You already fatigued from that first minute, that first set. So let's say you did 5, 5, 5, and it just said halfway there at 30 seconds. Sometimes if I do 5 reps, I can finish that in 20 seconds. So that means I have a 40-second rest period. But for the sake of clarity, let's just say you took your time, did the form right, 5, 5, 5. At the halfway point, it said, at the 30-second point, it said halfway there. You go grab a sip of water if you want, or just sit back, get your mind right, breathe, relax. When it says 10 seconds, now you know I got to get down on this bench, start my chest press. 3 seconds, you hear beep, beep, beep. 3 seconds says, let's go. Start that next minute at 6 reps, 6 reps, 6 reps. So now if it took you 30 seconds to do total of 15 reps, 5, 5, and 5, when you go now to 18 reps, having 6, 6, and 6, now don't think too much into that number, 6, 6, and 6, then it's going to take you a little bit longer. It might take you 35 seconds. So now you have 25 seconds of rest. Now that second minute is done. It's time for the third minute. Go back, add another rep to that 6. Go 7, 7, and 7. Now, if it took you 30 seconds to do the 15 total, 35 seconds to do 18, now when you do 21 reps, let's say now that took you 40 seconds. Now you only have 20 seconds remaining to rest. So you see what's happening here? The intensity is increasing. It's becoming more challenging. And what I would do is that fourth set, that fourth minute, I would add another rep. I go 8, 8, 8. Yes, it might be, as soon as I finish, it might be at 15 seconds left or 10 seconds. But if it's like about 15 seconds, my recommendation, if you're going to try this on that very last set, because you're going to be tired from doing 3 exercises within a minute for 5 minutes, that very last minute, come back and go back to 5 reps each. And don't feel ashamed. But if you're really up to the challenge, when you come back to that last minute, remember it was 8 reps before that. That very last minute, add 2 more reps to that. Go 10, 10, and 10. I mean, that is a challenge. And that will take you could get to the point where when you hit your last 2 reps, the clock is beeping down on the last 3 seconds of that minute just to get you done. I've had people on Zoom I train with. And, and actually, it was one guy I trained with, and we would try that. We would go so hard at this, he would miss the end of the minute. He wouldn't make it. He just be so fatigued. But that was just the challenge. Did he beat himself up? Did I beat him up about it? No. It's just let's challenge yourself. But for those of you who are my contemporaries over the age of 50, don't push yourself too hard. You want to enjoy this. On that last minute, just go right back and drop that weight, those reps down to five, five, and five, six, six, and six, or seven, seven, and seven. When you've gone from that eight, because you're going to really feel fatigue after doing eight, 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 and then having such a short amount of time to rest. So here's the kicker with the EMOMs. I like to do three exercises, but you can just do two. You can't do one, you do two. So let's just say you want to do the chest. And then most people will do a chest press and then a chest fly. Some people call it butterflies, but it's just opening up the weight, stretching the chest, and coming back up like you're hugging a tree. Now, if you just did two exercises, please do not stop at 5 reps. Start at 8 reps. So you do 8 for the first exercise, 8 for the second. The minute goes, top of the next minute, go 9 and 9. Minute goes, come back, go 10 and 10. Now I would recommend sticking with just the 10. Don't go higher than 10 reps. You could try to do 12. I, I challenge yourself because I'm all about autonomy. Meaning, once I show you this, take the reins and go with it. This is your baby. Do what you love. But I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about what the E stands for in my beta program, and it's the EMOM. You could do the EMOM for all the basic body parts. You do it for the chest, shoulders, the triceps, the core, the biceps, and the legs. You could fit that all in, everything, the whole entire basic program. You just add in the small moves along with the larger moves. And I would teach you that in the better program once it's launched and you want to sign up and give it a try. The reason I'm doing this is when we do basic exercises, get the form right, you're going to want variety. You want to challenge yourself. So when you go from the basic, you go to the EMO. And I'll talk to you about later about the last two exercise moves, which are still the basic moves, but they're going to incorporate the two T's, one T and then the next T. I'll talk about that on the next show because I want you to get understand the last shows, episode 53, talked about basic exercises. This show, number 54, is talking about the EMOM, which is the letter E in better. We're going to talk about the next two T's on the next episode, episode 55. And the whole reason I'm doing this is to give you variety when you are challenged with time when it comes to exercise. But all of these are designed for you to do them within 15, 20 minutes. It depends on how you divide your days. If you want to do full body, it might take you 30 minutes. But we would just dial that in based on your preference, and after you sit down and talk to me about it. But the cool thing about it, once you get this program down, and I think I'm gonna try to do it for 3 months. You'll be in the program for 3 months, and you get to understand exactly how to do it. Once the reins are given to you, you take over. You can wake up that day and say, you know what? I got 4 different styles of workout I can do. I'm just gonna do the basic and get up out of here and go to work or go do my thing. Then you might get up after a day of rest and say, you know what? I'm in for the EMOM. I'm gonna get in here and do me a 5 minute EMOM and get on out here to work. And that's what I'm hoping this program will do for you. I hope it's better for you, not better than anybody else's, but it's better for you because it'll make you feel better, make you do better, and make you be better. All right, I hope this helps. And if you want to reach out to me, ericdunston.com, there is a link on my webpage. Click it. Say you want to sit down and talk to me. I've had people talk to me. Like I say, I have this couple. I'm actually training them in person, but I can do this online. We could talk about this online. We can get you a program online. I can coach you right here, like here on Zoom, as long as I can see you and you have the proper equipment. We could talk about all of that. All right, so let me know what you thought about this episode. If you want, you can leave a comment on Spotify. That's where I'm located, or you can do it on YouTube. Just reach out. Tell me you want to talk. Go out there and be better, do better, and I hope you all feel better. This is Coach E signing out. Thanks for listening to Beyond the Workout podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please be sure to check me out at ericdunston.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Physique Improvements. Take care, everyone.